programming community has been debating an alleged mass exodus from TypeScript as major software projects such as Svelte apparently evaluate the usage of the language. Meanwhile, in the world of JavaScript, Bun 1.0 takes centre stage, offering speed and compatibility with Node.js. Also, Unity has shocked the game development community with its pay-per-install scheme, which is imposing a runtime fee that sparked controversy and discussions about alternative game engines. The balance between creators' rights and long-term sustainability is under scrutiny. This is your week's web development news. A recent debate in the programming community has sparked from a video released by Fireship suggesting that major software projects are abandoning TypeScript. This claim appears to be based on several inaccuracies, and the alleged mass exodus from TypeScript is being discussed and scrutinised. One of the main examples quoted was the Turbo 8 framework's abandonment of TypeScript, which was announced by David Hansen, the creator of Ruby on Rails. The decision was made without consulting contributors, leading to discontent both within and outside the Turbo community. Critics argue that this could significantly affect auto-completion and type safety for those importing it into TypeScript projects. That's a move that creator of Svelte Rich Harris called user-hostile behaviour. Svelte is also dropping TypeScript, but they are not dropping types entirely, simply shifting from TS files to JS files and using JSDoc for more type annotations. Moreover, Drizzle, a world-renowned TypeScript IRM, never seriously considered abandoning TypeScript at all. A tweet claiming the opposite was in fact a jest in response to Hansen's announcement. Thus, despite the notion that Fireship's video establishes, the reality is not as black and white. Big projects are indeed re-evaluating the usage of TypeScript, but it's not accurate to claim a mass exodus. Each platform seems to be making individual assessment and altering usage rather than completely dropping TypeScript, making the programming community's interpretation of these changes vital for a balanced understanding. The world of JavaScript runtimes has been taken by storm with the release of Bun 1.0 by the Bun team. This new runtime is touted as a revolutionary tool for the development, testing and debugging of JavaScript and TypeScript-based applications. It was designed with the objective to provide a compatible solution with Node.js. So although there are limitations, developers have responded positively as a majority of its commands and APIs function seamlessly. Significantly, Bun uses Apple's JavaScript core engine and it's built with Zig. Both of these have a unique edge over Node.js. One significant deviation from using TypeScript is Bun's approach of using TypeScript without type checking. However, the creators have allowed developers to continue using the TypeScript compiler TSC to work with Bun in sync. Bun stands out from the crowd by offering support for both ES modules and CommonJS. CommonJS often trailed back in the Node.js ecosystem due to being older, but Bun developers believe in the potential of CommonJS and think that it's wrong to overlook its importance, considering the breadth and depth of the ecosystem that it's fostered. Apple has recently issued an important update for Apple devices, including iPhones, iPads and Mac computers, urging users to enable lockdown mode. This security step follows the detection of an actively exploited vulnerability delivering NSO Group's Pegasus spyware. This was discovered by Citizen Lab on a device owned by an individual working for a Washington DC-based organisation. The zero-click exploit, referred to as BlastPass exploit, could compromise iPhones running the latest versions of iOS without any victim interaction. Lockdown mode is designed to help protect devices against highly sophisticated cyber attacks. It offers extreme protection to users who might be personally targeted and alters how some features function to reduce potential vulnerabilities. This includes blocking most message attachment types, restricting web technologies, and limiting incoming FaceTime calls and Apple service invitations. Apple's swift response and patch cycle were commended, underscoring the tech giant's ongoing commitment to safeguarding users' devices and data. Google has come under fire recently, facing severe backlash from the developer community regarding its invasive ad system in Chrome. Dubbed as the Privacy Sandbox, this feature tracks web page visits, creates a list of advertising topics to share with advertisers, and it's integrated directly into the Chrome browser. While Google pushes a narrative that their new ad platform poses a significant step towards a more private web, developers and users seem skeptical. Critics argue that Google is trying to railroad the advertising model into the browser's builds. Apple's Safari began blocking third-party cookies in 2020, which is considered a major blow to Google's advertising revenue stream. While the adoption of the privacy sandbox by Google is seen as many as a means to secure its ad business before following suit, this action is anticipated to predominantly affect Chrome users, with other browsers like Firefox and Safari unlikely to implement Google's new system. And in a dramatic pivot, popular game engine provider Unity is set to introduce a pay-per-install scheme, which is likely to impact creators significantly. Effective January 1st, 2024, Unity is imposing a new runtime fee that applies each time a qualifying game is downloaded by a user. The change has stirred controversy within the game development community, especially for those who've embarked on development projects under former legal expectations of incurring no extra fees beyond their Unity editor subscription. This move is set to increase financial access to Unity as it provides more flexibility in how creators manage their licenses. Importantly, the new change will only apply once a game has surpassed specific revenue and install thresholds over a 12-month period, thereby safeguarding those yet to achieve similar scales of success. However, game creators require a clear understanding of what constitutes a qualifying game. Under Unity's new pricing arrangement, games will qualify for the Unity runtime fee upon meeting two criteria: passing the minimum revenue threshold in the last 12 months and achieving a minimum lifetime install count. Unity's move has been met with some resistance. Notably, discussions on Reddit cite potential financial losses and are contemplating the use of alternative game engines. Unity has also been named under controversy after silently removing its GitHub repository, which was used to track changes it made to its terms of service. As perpetuated by a Reddit user, Unity has deleted its public GitHub repository that tracked modifications to its licensing agreements and updated its terms, removing a clause that allowed developers to utilize terms from earlier version. The clause from the 10th of March 2022, which let developers use the agreement from the version in which their game was released, has now been removed altogether. This mandates that users adhere to any amendments Unity made to its services, irrespective of the version numbers, including pricing updates. So that's all we have for this week. Subscribe here on YouTube to stay up to date with web development news in the future, along with all the normal tips, tutorials and guides that I upload to this channel. My name's James Charlesworth, and this is the Train to Code YouTube channel.